Question, quieting the mind. This is a human dilemma we are aware of. The human mind anchors you to the earth to some degree. You have to have that awareness of where you are, of course. The mind has to assess if you are safe and where you are. Logistics, it has to be there to some degree. Of course, it makes so much sense as you need this. It will store information of what's happened through your life, of course, and it holds the soul accountable. Now let us explain. It will store the data of your information of your lifetime. There'll be moments that your mind may be triggered of information that you have experienced through your lifetime. It is so that you can quiz it, in a sense, to look through the information, like looking through a book of information stored of data of what you had experienced. But of course, as many of you know, through the emotions and the effect of something that may have happened in your past, it's also going to be recalled back to how you would have remembered it. Say, for instance, it holds information from your childhood, and of course the information of what you may have gone through in childhood is going to affect your emotional being self. And of course the heart will also read into the information that is being stored from the incident or through the childhood. There will be the negative and the positive, the joy, the sadness, the grief, the feeling or feeling protected or scared. Of course, the information, and the mind works with the heart center. The mind needs to be there to store the information, to hold on to the information, of course. But the intelligence of the individual at any particular time of when the information happened and the experience of how you may have interpreted it. A child will experience something very different from an adult's version. A child, a parent, a grandparent, so forth, so forth, so forth. So to quiet the mind in the sense of is to acknowledge the mind in the sense of what has happened through the experience, and to make friends in the sense of the experience, as the experience was the past, not the present self. The present self is where to reside your mind if possible. So to seek out knowledge about yourself, to be present as much as you possibly can be, that is a technique you could use. You cannot change the past, of course you cannot, but it's an experience the soul needed to experience, of course. And as many of you are aware, we are aware, many of you are students, that you learn about there are many versions of yourself in different lifetimes, and many versions of yourself that exist in one lifetime also, depending on the interaction with the friends, the family members and lovers, partners, and so forth, so forth, so forth, so forth, so forth, so forth. But to make peace with the mind, to make best friends, to explain to the mind, sometimes you need some time out, just like the toddler on the doorstep in a sense. It would be to take some time out. Sometimes a distraction we are aware of helps the mind, the human mind. Maybe it is the visit in different locations, experiencing how it feels to listen to different types of music or food or so forth. You all have the interaction of your 3D world. We're aware of those interactions that you can have on your planet. You have the physical experiences on your planet. There are other destinations, shall we say, or other planets that do not have the physical 3D world like yourselves. You do not live in a hologram as such. You have been supplied with the physical and the physicality of your physical self to have those experiences. So maybe then seeing them as joy or experiences to learn from, to learn about yourself in the sense of on your planet, the engagement of others or the interaction of locations. To quiet your mind in a sense is to go on an adventure. What joy to find out what helps your mind to find its peace. That's why your soul is here. It's to explore your world. It is to explore your soul. It is to explore your journey of what it is that why you are here. And many of you, we are aware. We will also suggest finding that passion in your heart and your gut as you move it up through your physical form, of course, so you can physically experience, you can hear, you can see, you can taste, you can smell. If we had the perfect recipe for you as a human of how to quieten your mind, it could be bottled. You could make a fortune. There are many on your planet now who are trying this. They're trying to peace their mind, trying to find the inner peace and calm, and still suffer that they cannot find it. Who's to say the mind has to be totally at peace and comfort with itself? Maybe the mind needs to go through episodes of seeking out. That is why the human is there experiencing on your planet to have the experiences, the physical 3D. What a great adventure for your souls. I don't know if that even answered your question, but at one point I was shown something like some sort of holograms or something. So I was like, that's interesting. So I don't know where that was, but somewhere totally different. Thank you, Tina.